Publix grocery stores. If you're not from Florida, you may not know this, but they are under investigation and being sued for deceptive pricing. They're one of the biggest grocery store chains here in the state of Florida. And this one is wild because it applies to stores like Walmart, Target, and other retailers as well with their deceptive pricing and what I consider theft from the customer. Let's check it out. Yeah, welcome back to the channel, Rockstars. And if you're not familiar with Publix, Publix is a grocery store chain here. It is a pricier grocery store because they're cleaner, nicer, but you get less stuff for more money than you would at like a Walmart or Target. They're being sued. I have a video here from a lawyer for deceptive pricing, which I have absolutely heard about Walmart and other stores' practices doing bad stuff, advertising prices that are no longer valid, sales, things like that, and the scales. Have you guys seen where people are putting food like meats or things onto a scale, and let's say you're paying $1 a pound for steak or whatever it is, right? And you get a 2-pound steak, so it's $2. I'm using fake math here. We know it's not a $2 steak, but let's just say that that's what it was, right? Like it's a 2-pound steak. You're getting, 32 ounces of steak. You're getting a pack of steaks, 2 pounds, and let's just say, it's $1 a pound, so it's $2, right? Except when you get it to a normal scale and you weigh it, it's not actually 32 ounces. It's not 2 pounds. It's like 3 or 4 ounces less, which could cost 20 cents, 40 cents, right? I've seen this a lot. Let's check out this TikTok video from an actual lawyer and you'll see more of what I'm talking about on these deceptive pricings that Publix is being sued for right now.
Man, they got him with a tenderloin, and this is the lawsuit that Publix just got hit with, which ended up in the Southern District of Miami, which is federal court. And why federal court? Because now it's become a class action. Think class action lawsuits go to federal court. State courts, i.e. the state of Florida, doesn't have it. And what this lawsuit is alleging is price fixing on behalf of Publix. Publix, the 5th largest grocery store chain in America, and also basically all that is wholly in the state of Florida. Publix is known as the best. They give the cookies away for free. They give you the best key lime pie. And what this lawsuit says is, hey, careful with the smooth taste. What they're doing is literally they're tipping the scales. And what they're alleging is that Publix has engineered a scheme. What they're alleging is that Publix, when a price reduction is advertised for one of the products, instead of you getting the price reduction when you go to the checkout line, they're saying that the Publix point of sale checkout system is automatically increasing the weight of the product. I mean, I'm thinking about like the Sopranos and weight scales schemes that you see on TV or shows. The second allegation that they're alleging that Publix is practicing deceptive practices is when they leave up what they're considering expired sale signs. Basically, it's inducing you to say, hey, these apples are on sale. You go to purchase those, but when you check out, the system's already registering that that sale is over. And so what can we expect from Publix in response? Well, they've come out and they said, we're not commenting on open litigation, which is smart. Number two, though, we do know that the case is in federal court. And what happens in federal court is that it's typically referred to a rocket docket. What does that mean? It means it moves fast. We have a lot of experience in federal courts at my law firm, and what happens is as soon as you file a lawsuit in federal court, you've got to be ready to go. Federal court pushes cases. They put them on timelines. They tell you right from the beginning of when this thing's going to start, and they tell you right from the beginning when they want this thing going to trial. Now, the parties can always resolve in between, but then the pressure really goes back against the plaintiff, because remember, the defendant doesn't have to prove anything. They're defending. So Publix is going to hit them and say, yeah, great, you've made these allegations that our scales are doing this. You've made these allegations that we've left up these for sale signs and induced people, but you got to prove it. Where's the intent? Was this just a store clerk that left something up? Or how are you really going to prove that this was a store-wide 5th largest grocery store chain's intent? Well, get ready for the discovery, because it's not enough just to take the store clerk. This is going to go all the way to the top. The plaintiffs, in my opinion, in this case, their attorneys, got to get on the inside. They got to get to the corporate reps, and they've got to be able to prove that this was a scheme, i.e. intentional, a plan moving forward. If they cannot connect the dots that this was just some malfunction error regarding scales or an isolated checkout line in Tallahassee versus Miami versus Ocala, they got to group it all together that it was intentional. They got to get to the corporate reps. The way you do that is through the discovery. You got to get some internal memos. You got to get something in writing. You got to get a corporate rep in a deposition that'll flip and somebody that will admit. Otherwise, there's a lot of dressing on this that says, wow, it looks good, but in federal court, the judges aren't going to let you just go at it. They're not going to let you go on pure speculation or that you're conjuring up some theory. It's going to get to the point where the federal judge is going to step in. He's going to want to look at the evidence to say if should really go to a trial.
So that is a fantastic set of points that he makes there. 2 points. So one, you have to be able to prove what you're alleging. Like always, we know that. You've got to go to court, you got to prove it. You can't just say, well, they did this and screwed me. And the second thing is, not only do you got to prove what they did, you have to prove intent, that they knowingly did what you said that they did. And so what they're accusing them of is that their scales are actually registering in the software at the point of sale when you check out that item is on sale, but then it is increasing the weight. It's adding, like, some algorithm is saying, okay, this steak, you're getting a pound, you're buying a 1 pound steak, and we're charging $10 for steaks. But today we're getting, $10 a pound. Today we're doing an $8 a pound sale. You're getting 20% off. But then the scale, or the register, goes, hey, since this item's on sale, I'm going to go ahead and raise the weight of it so that we make up for what we just gave you on a discount in the weight to overcharge you for what it actually weighs. That's a pretty substantial claim. That is a nuts allegation, and you better be able to prove it, because Publix will countersue. I know they will if somebody can't prove it. This is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I appreciate the TikToker legal lawyer there that put that out there for us, but unbelievable. I've seen this at Walmart as well, that people were saying when they were putting their meat on the scale at Walmart, that the meat, the wrapping, the cellophane, the plastic on it would say 1 pound, and we're paying $5 a pound. So you put it on there and you're like, okay, I'm paying $5 because I got 1 pound, but actually sitting on the scale, it only rings up as like 13 ounces, right? That's a discrepancy. If you're buying meats, you're buying, 3 or 4 things of meats and 3 or 4 of this, and it's all bad weights. You could be overspending by $5, by $10, by $20, times millions of customers. You guys get the point. Price fixing, scale tipping. What is going on with retail? Are these stores that greedy? Like, I feel like consumers are being nickel and dimed to death non-stop. Service fees, venue fees, fees on top of fees because we can fee you, fees because we like the word fees. Our scales are not set correctly so that we can get an extra 50 cents out of you. It's just insane. I live in a Lagoon neighborhood, and I'm going to call them out because I don't care, that actually does exactly what I'm about to tell you guys. So let me just show you, because this is nuts, and you're going to see it. I got it. I got the actual receipt. Here we go. So when you go to the Lagoon, we pay a monthly fee to have unlimited access to it. It's like $45. And the general public has to pay $20, $25, $30 every time they come in. It's like going into a water park. It's a man-made lagoon. It's got obstacle courses and all these boats and slides and all this stuff, but we get unlimited access. So the Lagoon decided, in all their grand, high, mighty fashion, to start charging a venue fee. And I'm going to show it to you guys. I don't think there's any information on it. We had gone out one night. We had gotten, a couple drinks, couple of, some food or whatever. And the sales tax was put on, $5.82 sales tax. And then there was a venue fee. You can see I circled it, $2.50. I pay monthly to be able to go in there. I still got to buy my food and drink. Like, we don't get free food and alcohol. Of course, we have to pay for that. But then you're going to tack on an extra fee. If you want to fee the general public that doesn't pay monthly fees, like, I can't really argue with you over that. But us, like, why? This literally, I'm saying it's a fee just because they simply can, right? Nickel and dime, an extra 50 cents, 70 cents. It's like 1.5% or 2%. Well, if you go there and you spend $40, 1% is 40 cents. 2% is 80 cents extra, times hundreds and hundreds of people there, times 365 days a year. You can do the math. It becomes hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions of extra money simply by them pressing a button, doing nothing extra, no extra service, no extra product, no extra customer service, no extra respect, nothing, just a fee because we can. And then you got Walmart and Publix overcharging you because their scales are mysteriously not correct. Corporate America, I hate it. I pay $2 to pay my water bill every month because you can only pay it online. They don't accept checks or cash in the mail, which I don't do that anyways, and you can't walk in, so you got to pay it online, and it says courtesy fee. A courtesy fee of $2 to pay my $80 water bill? Are you kidding me? What percent is that? What is that? $2 over, my water bill last month was $78. So that's an extra 2.5% I paid. So what? So they're making up for the credit card processing fee? I suppose potentially that's what they're trying to do. But that's always been a known thing where companies absorb that. That's a cost of business for companies. Now, they're not absorbing it anymore. They're just passing it along to the general public. All right, that's my rant for the day. As always, appreciate you guys watching these videos, being a part of it. Thank you to that TikToker. I'll link it below. Go check him out. Give him the credit he deserves. Follow him. And let me know what you think about all these awesome corporate fees and these awesome corporate schemes and jabs at us to nickel and dime every penny that we have, even though none of us in this country are getting back any more money than we've ever made in the past. Okay, like the video, subscribe, come back, watch future videos. Check out my description box below. There's a ton of great links and the pinned comment. Don't miss that. And I'll see everyone next time.